Hallo, ich bin's, Robin, Deutschlehrer mit Core Languages, and today I'm walking around the neighborhood of Park Circle, just outside of Charleston, South Carolina. And behind me is a piece of graffiti of a gigantic octopus. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever seen an octopus in real life? Now, when I say things like have you seen, I use what's called the present perfect, and I know what you're thinking. Not another video about the present perfect. But unfortunately, we need another video about the present perfect. If you've watched our other videos, you may remember that there are regular verbs and irregular verbs. And to form the present perfect with regular verbs, you need to follow certain rules, and they have certain characteristics. And the same goes for irregular verbs. But there's another category of verbs that steal characteristics from both regular and irregular verbs to form the present perfect. Those are called mixed verbs. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to form the present perfect with mixed verbs so that you can incorporate them into your German sentences. I would say, los geht's und viel Spaß beim Deutschlernen.
Mixed verbs in the present perfect. There are many different kinds of verbs in German, and it can become a little confusing. Mixed verbs, or gemischte Verben, are verbs that exhibit changes in their stem, either a vowel change or a consonant change, or both, in the present or past tense conjugation, which they have in common with irregular verbs. But they also use forms or rules of regular verbs to form the past participle, which is something they have in common with regular verbs, hence the name mixed verbs. There are only a handful of these, so it is worth memorizing them. Here are some example sentences in different tenses. Der Mann bringt Blumen. The man brings flowers. This example uses the verb bringen, and the stem in the present tense is bring. Der Mann brachte Blumen. The man brought flowers. The stem changed from bring to brach. Der Mann hat Blumen gebracht. The man has brought flowers. In this example, we use ge and the ending t to form the participle, which they have in common with regular verbs. So in the above examples, the underlined stem changes in the simple past tense, and in the present perfect exhibits the same form as regular verbs. Mixed verbs combine elements of both regular and irregular verbs, hence the name mixed. To form the present perfect, we always need a conjugated form of sein, to be, or haben, to have, and the past participle. The past participle of weak irregular or mixed verbs is formed by changing the stem of the main verb, which may include vowel changes or spelling changes, and then adding ge to the beginning and the letter t to the end of the stem. All mixed verbs, except for the verb rennen, use haben. Rennen means to run. In a sentence, we would have the subject, then the conjugated form of haben, and the past participle. An example of a mixed verb is the verb bringen, to bring. We add the prefix ge to the stem brach and the letter t to form the participle gebracht. For example, wir haben Wein gebracht. We have brought wine. The verbs kennen and wissen are two more examples of mixed verbs. Both verbs mean to know, but there is a slight difference in their use. The verb kennen is used to express knowing or being acquainted with someone or something. Wissen, on the other hand, is used to express knowing a general fact. Here's the conjugation for kennen, and feel free to repeat after me. Ich habe gekannt. Du hast gekannt. Sie, es hat gekannt. Sie haben gekannt. Wir haben gekannt. Ihr habt gekannt. Sie haben gekannt. Ich habe gewusst. Du hast gewusst. Er, sie, es hat gewusst. Sie haben gewusst. Wir haben gewusst. Ihr habt gewusst. And sie haben gewusst. Here are examples of sentences with kennen and wissen. Ich habe die Stadt gut gekannt. I have known the city well. Hast du gewusst, dass Steffi morgen Geburtstag hat? Did you know that it's Steffi's birthday tomorrow? The literal translation would be, have you known that Steffi tomorrow a birthday has? There are a few more examples of mixed verbs in German and their conjugation for different personal pronouns. Brennen, which means to burn, as in to be on fire. Ich habe gebrannt. This sentence would mean I have burned, as in I have been on fire. Bringen, to bring. Du hast gebracht. You have brought. Denken, to think. Er hat gedacht. He has thought. Haben, to have. Sie haben gehabt. You, sir, or you, ma'am, have had. Kennen, to know someone or to know something. Wir haben gekannt. We have known. Nennen, to name something. Ihr habt genannt. You have named. Rennen, to run. Sie sind gerannt. You, sirs, or you, ma'ams, have run. Wissen, to know a fact. Sie haben gewusst. They have known. Notice that all verbs, with the exception of rennen, to run, are formed with haben. Rennen is formed with sein. Some mixed verbs come with separable and inseparable prefixes. If the verb comes with a separable prefix, the syllable ge is inserted between the separable prefix and the stem. Inseparable prefix verbs do not use ge. Here are some examples. Verbrennen. Verbrennen means to burn or to burn down. Ver is an inseparable prefix. Ich habe verbrannt. The participle verbrannt does not include ge because of the inseparable prefix. I have burned. Mitbringen, on the other hand, is a separable prefix verb. It means to bring or to bring with. Du hast mitgebracht. The ge slips between the separable prefix mit and the stem bracht. You have brought along, or you have brought with. Nachdenken, to ponder or to think. Nachdenken is a separable prefix verb. Er hat nachgedacht. He has pondered or he has considered. Erkennen is an inseparable prefix verb. Sie haben erkannt. You, sir, or you, ma'am, have recognized. Bestellen. Bestellen is an inseparable prefix verb. Wir haben bestellt. We have ordered. Wegrennen. Wegrennen is a separable prefix verb. Ihr seid weggerannt. You have run away. Aufhaben. Aufhaben is a separable prefix verb. Sie haben aufgehabt. They have been open. Let's practice. Üben wir. Try to choose the correct participle for the verbs nennen, to name, and denken, to think. Sie, ihren Sohn Jan. The correct verb is nennen, and the participle is genannt. The subject is sie or they, so the correct sentence is Sie haben ihren Sohn Jan genannt. They have named their son Jan. Ich oft an den Urlaub. The correct verb is denken. The participle is gedacht, and ich is the subject, so the correct sentence is Ich habe oft an den Urlaub gedacht. I've thought about the vacation often. And how about these two examples? Choose correctly between wissen, to know a fact, or verbrennen, to burn. Sie, die Antwort. The correct verb is wissen. The participle of wissen is gewusst, and without context, the subject sie could be she, they, or you, sir, or you, ma'am. One option is, sie hat die Antwort gewusst. She has known the answer. But I could also say, sie haben die Antwort gewusst. They have known the answer, or you, sir, or you, ma'am, have known the answer. Ich den Mais. The correct verb is verbrennen. The participle of verbrennen is verbrannt. The subject is ich, so the correct sentence is Ich habe den Mais verbrannt. I have burned the corn. How about this example? Choose the correct participle of the verb kennen, which means to know someone or be familiar with someone or something. Ihr habt meine Eltern gekannt, or ihr habt meine Eltern gekannt, oder? The correct participle of kennen is gekannt. Ihr habt meine Eltern gekannt, oder? You have known my parents, haven't you? And how about this example? Choose the correct participle of the verb bringen, to bring. Er hat ihr Blumen gebringt, or er hat ihr Blumen gebracht. The correct participle for bringen is gebracht. Er hat ihr Blumen gebracht. He has brought her flowers.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to use the present perfect with mixed verbs. As always, if you have more questions, feel free to comment, or if you're interested in joining one of our German courses with a live instructor, feel free to message us directly. Das war's, vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal.